Hi, my name is Michael Sullivan. I am an instructor of mathematics and statistics at Florida Southwestern State College in Southwest Florida. Throughout this course, you are going to be hearing me present key concepts in a variety of videos.
Hi, my name is George Woodbury, and I'm an instructor of mathematics and statistics at College of the Sequoias in Visalia, California. You'll be hearing my voice in some of the concept videos, as well as the video solutions to the examples.
Both George and I hope you enjoy this innovative and interactive approach to introductory statistics.
Please take advantage of all the resources we're about to show you in this video.
Welcome to Interactive Statistics. On the left side of the screen is the navigation bar. The navigation bar is custom built by your instructor, so it may not look exactly like my navigation bar. That said, I want to point out a few features of the navigation bar. Let's begin with Course Home. The top of the Course Home shows a calendar that lists announcements, homework, quizzes, and exams that may be due. So there's an announcement, and the blue dot indicates homework. You can view the calendar by every 2 weeks, which is the default setting, by the day, by the week, or the month. Personally, I like the 2-week view. Below the calendar are any announcements posted by your instructor within the time frame you have selected, again, such as the 2-week view. Then is a list of past due assignments, current assignments, and completed assignments. Again, this is all for the time frame you have selected. So Course Home is a great place to go to see what your responsibilities are for the course. Next, I want to show you the guided notebook. I will talk more about this later, but the guided notebook can be downloaded to your computer from this page. You can download either PDFs or accessible HTML versions. Next, let's click on the interactive assignments. When we click interactive assignments, we are taken to a list of the chapters in the course. Click on the chapter you wish to go to. For example, let's click Chapter 9, Estimating the Value of a Parameter. We see a list of the sections within the chapter, a chapter review, practice test, and projects. Select the section you want to enter. For example, let's go to section 9.1, Estimating a Population Proportion. Notice the icon next to the additional exercises. This icon means your instructor has hidden this content from student view, so you won't see it in your course. However, the material additional exercises represents extra paper pencil assignments your instructor may assign. On the right side of the screen, we see Prepare, Read and Interact, and Assess. This represents a typical learning path for a section. Prepare is a list of topics considered to be prerequisite knowledge for the section. The Preparing for assignment has MyLab problems with content needed to be successful within the upcoming section. Your instructor may or may not have this as part of their course. After you complete Preparing for, you move to Read and Interact. This is where you engage and learn the material. While working through the interactive assignment, you should simultaneously have the guided notebook open. So click the guided notebook, and you see the guided notebook as a PDF. You are expected to have the guided notebook open as you work through the interactive assignment. As you complete various components of the interactive assignment, you should fill in the guided notebook. So I'll demonstrate that as we work through the interactive assignment section 9.1. So let me open the section 9.1 interactive assignment, and this is the landing page. In the top left-hand corner is where you're going to click Get Started to start the interactive assignment. On the right-hand side is the number of points that you've earned as you work through the interactive assignment. On the bottom left represents all the different pages or slates that you're going to be responsible for within the interactive assignment. And in the bottom right lists some notifications, what the assignment contains, and a list of the objectives that you're going to learn within the section. So let's click Get Started. On the left-hand side of the screen, again, is that list of slates that you're going to be responsible for within the section. You have the option of minimizing this list if you wish to. To the right of each slate is a little circle which indicates your progress through the course. So this first page is an introduction, a list of the learning objectives, along with a video that represents where you've been and where you're going within the course. The scroll bar is meant to indicate how much content exists on the given page. Once you complete that particular slate, notice you get a green check mark next to the slate. So now we're moving to Objective 1, obtain a point estimate for the population proportion, and we're on the first slate for this objective. So here you're expected to read the content on the page, and notice there's a definition for a point estimate. At this point, you would go to your guided notebook and fill in the definition for the point estimate. So the guided notebook is ultimately going to turn into a textbook written in your own words. Move to the next slate, and here we have an example. Now the examples are meant to be interactive, and so we list out the problem, and then you click Show Approach to see how we would go about solving this particular problem. And then you click Show Solution and read about how we solve this particular problem. Rather than use this essentially navigation bar to move from slate to slate, you could simply click Next. And now we're at a MyLab exercise, and so you're expected to complete this assignment as you move through the course. So you would have to say a point estimate is the value of a statistic, and then you check your answer and it says, yeah, nice work. Now notice along the top here you get a running total of your score as you proceed through the assignment. We move to the next slate, and then we would have to complete this assignment. Now this time I'm just going to get it wrong so that you can see what happens. That's incorrect. Let's say we try a different answer. Incorrect. Final check. So you get 3 attempts on this particular type of question, and then you could either do a similar question or just move on. So now the X means that you got that incorrect, and so your score gets adjusted based on that. Certainly I encourage you to try these again and again until you get it correct. That's the advantage of using the MyLab program. The benefit of this product is that not only can we present you material in text, obviously, but we also have the ability to present information in video. And so here's a video that introduces you to confidence intervals for a proportion. So you should watch that video and take notes on the content. Here we summarize the ideas from the video, and then we move to another MyLab exercise. So the idea behind interactive statistics is read a little, watch a little, do a little. Read a little is the text, watch a little is the video, do a little is the MyLab exercises that you just saw, as well as interactive applet activities. So here's an interactive applet activity that allows you to understand the concept of level of confidence in a confidence interval. And so I'm not going to take you through this, but you basically get to play with this applet to learn about level of confidence. Finally, I want to show you the typical example structure in the interactive assignment. So here we're constructing a confidence interval for a population proportion. We have the problem and the approach, and then down here on the bottom left we have video solutions. We offer 4 different types of video solutions: solving the problem by hand, solving the problem using a TI-83-84 graphing calculator, solving the problem using StatCrunch, and solving the problem using Microsoft Excel. Your instructor will tell you which of these 4 video solutions you should watch. On the right hand side, if you're using technology, we give you the technology step by step. In other words, how to get the results using that particular technology. So there's the technology step-by-step for the TI calculators. Here's the step-by-step using StatCrunch, etc. And then finally, we have show interpretation. And so here's an interpretation of the results as well. And so this way, if you want to come back and just see what the answer is, you can go ahead and do that. We encourage you to, as you follow along in the video solutions, take quality notes, and in addition, attempt to do the problem yourself. And then of course we finish this up with a MyLab assessment question. And then you move on to the remainder of the interactive assignment. Now let's say that you're in the middle of the interactive assignment and you have to step away for a second, click Save, and you're taken back to the launch page. So notice the launch page gives you an idea of where you've left off with the green check marks, and you can simply click Resume, and it takes you back to the first screen where you didn't complete the actual slate for the assignment. Now, once you're done with the interactive assignment, your instructor may have an end of section assessment. So simply click on the 9.1 homework. In this case, it'll take you to MyLab exercises that you would complete. And then you just move to each subsequent section. Now, in addition to the section material, we have a chapter review. So here's the end of chapter review material. So it looks just like a typical interactive assignment. Click Get Started. The chapter review begins with a video chapter summary. Then we have a list of the vocabulary for the section, and it's broken out section by section. We have a list of all the formulas. We have a list of all the objectives along with the examples that illustrate those objectives. And then we have a bunch of end of chapter exercises that are programmed into MyLab. So you're strongly encouraged to go through the chapter review material as a way to prepare for exams. Besides a chapter review, we also have a chapter test. The chapter test is simply a list of stagnant exercises that appear on the screen. So here we're finding critical T values. You can simply click Show the Answer if you just want to know what the answer is. But in addition to that, you can watch video solutions where George goes through and tells you how to get the results by hand using a TI, using StatCrunch, or using Excel. One last feature that I want to point out to you that exists both within the interactive assignment and the chapter test are the fact that when your exercise contains data, you can open the data directly into StatCrunch by clicking the link. That way you don't have to enter the data and you can go ahead and solve the problem directly. And for the examples, you can open the data and then follow along with George as he goes through the solution. Finally, we have chapter projects. There are two chapter projects that exist. One is called Making an Informed Decision, and the other is a case study. Lastly, back in the course, I want to talk about some other resources that you have available in this project. So let's go back to the main menu. If you select Video and Resource Library and then Learning Tools, a couple of things that I want to point out to you that you're going to find useful. One is the Table and Formulas PDF. If you click this, you'll see a list of formulas for every chapter, and then as well some important tables that you may be utilizing throughout the course. It's a good idea to at least save this to your computer and possibly even print it out. The other resource that I want to point out to you is all your data sets are here under Learning Tools. And then lastly, I want to point out something that's new to this edition, the Technology Step-by-Step. George and I wrote Technology Step-by-Step for StatCrunch, the TI calculator, and Excel. So for each of these technologies, you can download the document as a PDF, and what it does is for any section that utilizes that technology, it provides detailed steps on how to get output. So here's how to get a simple random sample. Down here is bar graphs, pie charts, how to get frequency distributions, etc. So this is a very, very important resource that you can take advantage of as you work your way through the course. I would encourage you to look around the learning resources for other items that you may find useful. George and I both wish you all the best as you begin your study of statistics.